For centuries, the galaxy considered Earth a backwater, too volatile, too wild, too unrefined to join their delicate web of politics. The Galactic Concord allowed humans into trade routes, but not into their war councils. That changed when the Veyrak Swarm came. The Swarm was not an empire but a plague, billions of insected war forms driven by a single hive mind, consuming stars, stripping planets, and leaving only ash behind. The Concord begged them to stop. The Swarm didn't negotiate. They unleashed hell. When the Concord's fleets fell in weeks, when core worlds burned and empires crumbled, the survivors turned to the one species they had always feared to harm: humanity. On the deck of the Terran battleship TSE Iron Resolve, Admiral Rowan Cass looked over the desperate ambassadors pleading for aid. "They've already breached the Helios Gate," a Scythian envoy said, trembling. "If they cross that corridor, 1,000 colonies will fall." Rowan's lips curved into something between a smirk and a snarl. "So that's what it took," he said quietly. The envoy blinked. "What do you mean?" "Centuries of lectures about our aggression. Sanctions. Disarmament treaties. But now?" He turned to his officers. "Now they want us unleashed." Earth's High Command gave a single response to the Concord's request for help. "Finally, a reason to get really nasty." The Swarm expected resistance. They didn't expect predators. When the Terran fleets entered the war, they did not fight like the Concord, measured, cautious, clinging to rules of engagement written in comfort. Humanity fought like a species that had earned its place on a death world by killing nightmares before breakfast. The first battle was over Karith Prime. The Swarm's hive ships had cracked the planet's crust, using its mantle to feed their spawning pools. Terran warships emerged from stealth, black as void, engines cold until the moment they struck. Railguns thundered. Kinetic lances pierced hive shells. Artificial singularity charges swallowed swarms whole. The Veyrak screeched across comms, flooding channels with psychic static. They had fought hundreds of species. None had ever attacked them with such precise savagery. Rowan watched from the Iron Resolve's command deck as the first hive burned. "Status?" he asked. "Enemy casualties. Catastrophic," his AI assistant replied. "Projected planetary recovery, 12%, if any life remains." "Send a message to the Concord," Rowan ordered. "Tell them the gates are closed. The Swarm's going hungry." Weeks turned into months. Wherever the Veyrak pushed, the Terrans met them head-on and broke them. Human boarding units moved like ghosts through their hive ships, planting reactors to overload, collapsing tunnels with thermobaric charges, turning the Swarm's own breeding pits into molten graves. The Concord, watching in both awe and horror, began to whisper among themselves. Had we always feared them, because we knew this was inside them? The war shifted when the Swarm targeted Earth itself, hoping to decapitate the predator. What they found waiting was not a fragile homeworld but a fortress, a planet encircled by automated defense moons, cloaked dreadnoughts, and rail platforms capable of cracking continents. The Swarm broke upon it like waves on iron cliffs. And humanity laughed. Admiral Rowan sent a final transmission to the Swarm's central hive node, broadcasting on all frequencies. "You unleashed hell. We made it our home centuries ago. You want to see nasty? Watch." Moments later, the Terrans unleashed the Scorch Protocol, a classified weapon reserved for existential threats. Molecular disassemblers swept through the hive fleets, reducing their living ships to dust before they even reached orbit. The Swarm retreated, their psychic network shattered, their hives collapsing in on themselves. When the war finally ended, the galaxy was silent. The Concord, broken and bleeding, sent emissaries to Earth to thank them. Rowan met them with cold eyes. "You feared us for what we might do," he said. "Now you've seen what we do when provoked." One ambassador dared to ask, Will you stand down now? Rowan smiled thinly. That depends. Are you going to make us really nasty again? Humanity didn't ask for the war. But when hell was unleashed, they didn't run. They sharpened their teeth. And the galaxy learned a truth it would never forget. Peace keeps the predators asleep. War wakes them up.